There's something most people do every single morning without thinking twice about it. The alarm rings or the eyes open, and within seconds, the legs swing out of bed, the feet hit the floor, and the day begins. For someone in their 20s or 30s, this might seem normal, even productive, but if you're over 60, this one simple habit of rushing out of bed can quietly become one of the most dangerous actions of your entire day. As the body ages, things slow down. Blood circulation, balance, and the body's ability to regulate pressure, all these functions take longer. When a person over 60 suddenly gets up after hours of lying down, their blood pressure can drop sharply. This is called orthostatic hypotension. It's not just a medical term, it's a real risk. It can cause sudden dizziness, blacking out, or fainting, and when you're standing beside a bed, that fall could mean a hip fracture, a head injury, or even worse. Every year, thousands of seniors around the world are hospitalized simply because they stood up too quickly. It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. According to health data, more than 25% of falls in people over 60 occur within the first 30 minutes of waking. Most of these happen inside their own homes, often in bedrooms and bathrooms. This kind of fall doesn't just bring physical pain. It also brings fear. After a fall, many older adults begin to lose confidence. They move less, socialize less, and eventually fall into a cycle of weakness and isolation. The fear of falling becomes a cage. And all of it could start with the simple habit of standing too quickly. Now let's look at the body during sleep. While you rest, your blood pools in the lower part of your body, your heart rate slows, and your muscles relax. When you suddenly sit or stand up, your body has to quickly pump blood upward to your brain. But after 60, this system isn't as fast or sharp as it used to be. That lag, just a few seconds, is enough to make your world spin. And if you're already managing high blood pressure, diabetes, or taking medications that affect balance or hydration, the risk multiplies. One of the most overlooked facts is how certain common medications, like those for blood pressure, sleep, or depression, can increase this danger. These medications can interfere with your body's natural ability to stabilize blood pressure when you change positions. So someone who feels fine might suddenly lose balance, not knowing that their medicine is working against them during those first few minutes after waking. But here's the shocking advantage of not rushing out of bed. It can literally prevent injury, hospital visits, and even save your independence. Just staying seated on the edge of the bed for 1 extra minute allows your body to adjust. Blood flow stabilizes, your brain gets oxygen, you stay balanced. Adding light ankle circles or wrist movements while seated further helps activate circulation. Breathing deeply calms the nervous system and tells your body it's safe to rise. This isn't about being fragile, it's about being wise. The real strength after 60 comes from knowing what to protect and how to protect it. Imagine waking up and instead of jumping up, you stay seated, stretch your limbs, roll your shoulders, take 5 deep breaths, and stand slowly with intention. This simple habit can prevent a lifetime of complications. It gives your muscles and joints time to prepare for movement. It supports your heart and brain. And most importantly, it gives you control.
That's all. Media, stand up to begin your day. Your mind enters stress mode. It doesn't have the chance to reset.
To anxiety, confusion, and a reduced sense of clarity in the morning. A calm mind starts with a calm body. So by sitting and breathing first, you also give your brain the signal that today doesn't have to be rushed or chaotic. Now let's consider a real-life example. An elderly gentleman named Asad, aged 68, used to wake up and go straight to the bathroom as soon as he opened his eyes. One morning, he felt dizzy while turning the bathroom tap, lost his balance, fell, and ended up with a fractured shoulder. It took 6 months of recovery, physiotherapy, and he lost the confidence to live alone again. His doctors told him that if he had just sat for 60 seconds before standing, the incident could have been avoided. He now teaches his friends to pause before you rise. Those words became his motto and his protection. There's also another side to this conversation: how families can help. If you're someone who lives with an elderly parent or spouse, make it a morning habit to check in. Even placing a stable chair near their bed or offering your hand as they stand can add support and confidence to their routine. Aging doesn't mean giving up. It means adjusting with care. Some people might say, "But I've always stood up quickly. I've never had an issue." And that might be true. But aging is quiet. The body doesn't send a loud warning when things change. It's subtle. One day you feel strong, the next day you slip. Preventive care is about protecting yourself before the problem begins. If you want to add energy to your mornings without putting yourself at risk, use those first 5 minutes after waking as a gentle transition zone. Drink a few sips of water. If possible, let sunlight enter your room to help your biological clock reset. Speak kindly to yourself, smile, say thank you for another day. Let your day begin with clarity and control, not rush and risk. The real disadvantage of rushing out of bed is not just the fall, it's what that fall takes away. Your confidence, your independence, your freedom. One wrong move can lead to weeks or months of recovery. But the advantage of slowing down is simple and powerful. You keep your safety, your dignity, and your momentum. Remember, this is not about fear, it's about protection. You've spent your life building strength. Now is the time to preserve it with wisdom. Rising slowly is not weakness, it's maturity. It's knowing your body and choosing to respect it. Tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, try something different. Don't rush, pause, breathe, stretch. Give your body the signal that you are in charge, not the clock. Take your time and you might just take back your power. There's another side to this habit that isn't talked about enough, the long-term impact on your heart and nervous system. Rushing out of bed every day triggers what's known as a sudden, sympathetic nervous system response. In simpler terms, your body thinks it's in danger. When you move from lying down to standing in seconds, your heart is forced to speed up instantly, pushing blood to your brain while your nervous system sends signals to tighten your blood vessels. This quick reaction puts stress on your entire cardiovascular system. For younger people, this stress is manageable. For someone over 60, especially someone with heart issues, blood pressure medications, or reduced circulation, this daily spike is harmful. And because it happens gradually and silently, most people never connect their fatigue, lightheadedness, or occasional forgetfulness to the way they start their day. Doctors have observed that seniors who experience repeated episodes of morning dizziness or low energy often don't have a medical emergency. They simply need to change how they wake up. But if this small adjustment is ignored, it can eventually lead to fainting spells, irregular heartbeat, or unexplained fatigue throughout the day. It's one of those habits that hides in plain sight, easy to overlook, yet powerful in its effects. There's also a mental burden that comes with rushing. Waking up and immediately standing, especially in a panic to get things done, creates a loop of anxiety. Many seniors have shared how they feel disoriented, tense, or even short of breath within the first few minutes of their day. This isn't just about standing up too fast. It's about entering the day without giving your mind and body the preparation it needs. A rushed beginning leads to a rushed mind, and a rushed mind tends to forget, misplace things, and react instead of respond. One shocking disadvantage of this habit is how it affects balance long-term. When you force your body to perform sudden actions, your posture suffers, your spine tenses, your legs carry pressure unevenly. These small moments lead to chronic stiffness and poor posture over time. And once your posture is affected, your balance goes too. Studies show that seniors who take their time to stand and walk in the morning tend to maintain better spinal health, stronger leg muscles, and improved coordination. It's not about avoiding effort, it's about directing that effort wisely. Some people worry that slowing down in the morning will make them lazy, but it's the opposite. When you wake slowly and give your body time to adjust, you're more energized, more alert, and more focused throughout the day. You'll be surprised how a calm morning makes everything else run smoother. Your memory works better, your meals digest better, your conversations feel easier, because your system isn't playing catch-up. There's another real-world example to consider. A woman named Farzana, age 64, shared that for years she would wake up and rush to prepare breakfast, check her phone, and water the plants, all before her body had fully adjusted. Over time, she started feeling off balance by late morning. She blamed it on aging. But after one consultation, her doctor asked her to simply add a 3-minute pause before getting up each day. She followed the advice and added light breathing and stretching while sitting on the bed. Within 2 weeks, her dizziness disappeared. She said it felt like she had found a missing piece of her day. She didn't need new medicine, just a new morning habit. Sometimes the body doesn't need more treatments, it just needs more time. And giving it time at the start of the day can have the most dramatic effect of all. Let's not ignore the psychological value of control. After 60, many people feel like they're losing control over things: health, time, relationships, independence. But starting your day on your own terms with intention and calm gives you back some of that control. It tells your body, I choose how I begin. That mindset alone strengthens confidence, which affects how you walk, talk, eat, and even interact with others. Now think about how much effort people put into health as they age. Doctors, pills, exercises, diets. Yet this one habit of simply rising slowly is free, takes just a few minutes, and protects almost every major system in the body: heart, brain, muscles, balance, and focus. And still, many ignore it because it seems too simple. But sometimes, the simplest habits are the most powerful ones. They don't cost anything, but they save everything. If you live alone, this habit becomes even more important. There's no one around to catch you if you fall. So safety isn't optional, it's a responsibility. But with this one change, you create a buffer zone between rest and activity. That small buffer is what allows you to live with more freedom, not less. Now let's revisit the benefits again in clear terms. Standing slowly in the morning improves blood flow to the brain, reduces the risk of sudden drops in blood pressure, prevents unnecessary falls, stabilizes heart rhythm, and boosts confidence and clarity for the rest of the day. It also improves digestion and joint flexibility. That's a long list for a habit that takes less than 5 minutes. The habit of rushing is often rooted in years of fast living, but after 60, it's time to shift from urgency to intention. Not because you're weak, but because you've earned the right to live wisely. And the wisest thing you can do each morning is respect the rhythm of your body. Let it rise like the sun, gradually, steadily, and with purpose. So tomorrow, when your eyes open, don't spring up, don't panic, just sit, breathe. Feel the ground beneath your feet, roll your shoulders, smile at the silence, and when you do stand, do it like you mean it. Balanced, ready, calm. That is how strength looks after 60, not in rushing, but in rising with care.